November 6, 2025, episode 611. This is episode 611. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. Shall we? You'll be effing dead. It's a love story, kids. Wife with a short fuse chased husband around home with kitchen knives. I'm not married. I really wouldn't know, but something deep down is telling me that your wife telling you that she's going to turn your TV off, that she's going to flush your radiator, just doesn't quite sound like sexy time talk to me. Do you leave her that day? Do you stick it out? What happens if you actually survive the night and you wake up next to her? She's just as beautiful as she was the day you married her, snoring and slobbing like nothing happened. Do you take her out right there, neutralize the threat, karate chop to the trachea, preemptive strike, or do you run her a hot shower and fix her a cup of coffee? There seems to be no right or wrong answer. A 22-year-old woman in Wyoming is facing multiple felony charges after she allegedly attacked her 24-year-old husband, very young couple, with a knife twice in the same night following a few drinks of tequila. There's two types of women. There's the woman that likes to drink and have sex. Then there's the woman that likes to drink and have fights. For all intents and purposes, you really hope you get the former rather than the latter, but apparently she is very much the latter. Elizabeth AEOR was taken into custody last month and charged with 2 counts of felonious restraint, 1 count of aggravated assault, and 1 count of misdemeanor domestic assault. Deputies with the Campbell County Sheriff's Office at about 11:39 p.m. on October 15th, that was a Wednesday, responded to a call regarding a domestic disturbance at the home AEOR shares with her husband in Wright, a small town. It's about 1,600 people, some 200 miles north of Cheyenne. This isn't some random one-nighter with a crazy drunk broad. This is your wife, and it's only Wednesday. You got to do this again tomorrow, and God help you on Friday and Saturday. The caller told the dispatcher that AEOR was chasing her husband around their home with a knife, the Gillette News Record reported. The caller, a male, I don't see how the gender of the caller is relevant. What should be relevant is that whoever placed the call had reason to believe that this woman was seriously going to hurt her husband, told the dispatcher that 3 minutes after the initial call was placed, AEOR was still armed with a knife and had her husband pinned with his back against the wall. Who the hell did you marry? As she repeatedly struck him with the non-knife wielding hand, local news website County 17 reported. 8 minutes after the initial call had been placed, the man said he heard AEOR yell, "You'll be effing dead." That doesn't sound like love language to me. What is that, Shakespeare? Do you think she regularly gets drunk and beats her man up like that, hems him up against the wall and threatens to kill him? Or was this just a one-time thing? Is there such a thing as a one-time thing? Whatever happened to the simpler days? I baked you some cookies, baby. Come to bed, I'm wearing your favorite perfume. Or come to bed, I'm wearing nothing at all. When did it become come here so I can stab you to death? Where's the disconnect? A couple who lives nearby and were at the home during the incident, somebody was actually there to witness this firsthand, told authorities that AEOR had just found out that her husband had been communicating with another local woman. That's the disconnect. That's where the disconnect. This whole time, I was thinking she was just getting drunk and beating on her husband because there's nothing else to do in that 2 bison town but get drunk and beat on your husband. The other couple reportedly said that they had all been hanging out together that evening, and AEOR had been drinking tequila. At some point, they said she went into a rage and sent her husband out of the house with the other man. She then reportedly cut up her husband's ID cards before dousing his clothing in bleach. Damn, that was just a warm-up. When the husband returned, I don't know if I would have came back that night. She's still very much drunk and very much fired up, but that's the problem when you're married. You gotta come back. You gotta face things head on. Their fight, you made a life vow. Their fight continued to escalate until AEOR allegedly grabbed a fillet knife and chased her husband around, slashing with the knife while threatening to kill him no matter how short his end of the vow might be if these police don't hurry up. When her husband locked himself in the bathroom, AEOR allegedly responded by yelling, "I'm gonna kill you, mother effer." Oh, she's starting to soften up. Now's the perfect time to come out and talk to her. Try to give her a hug, and stabbing the door until she bent the fillet knife. Maybe you better hold off on that. That's when the neighbors said AEOR went back to the kitchen and picked up a butcher's knife. Oh, she needs a bigger tool for the bigger job. What if she would have stuck her head through the bathroom door like The Shining? She allegedly used to chase her husband around after he exited the bathroom. For a little perspective, New Jersey has about 1,200 people per square mile. It's the most densely populated state in the country. Right, Wyoming has a population of 1,600 people. You cannot cheat on your wife in a town with 1,600 people. At first, I thought she just flew off the handle unprovoked for no reason, you know, like women normally tend to do. But in that 2 bison town, both of you are the same age, you know, the same people. Chances are she knows this woman. Hell, chances are she's related to this woman. All I'm saying is you can't cheat on your wife with a woman in the same town. The altercation reportedly ended when AEOR fell to the floor. Her husband said she was overheating and he brought her to the bathroom and put her in a cold shower. See, he's a nice husband. He's not holding any grudges. I'm sure she can look past this whole infidelity thing. She was later taken to the hospital where medical personnel said she likely had suffered an epileptic seizure due to her body temperature, and ranting and raving the way you were and carrying on the way you were surely didn't help. After being medically cleared, AEOR was placed under arrest. They still locked her up and processed at the Campbell County Detention Center. Inside the home, investigators reportedly noted that sections of the bathroom door had been repeatedly slashed and stabbed with what appeared to be a knife. Despite the allegations against AEOR, her husband reportedly wrote a letter to the court claiming that she did nothing wrong and the witnesses were not even inside of the home during the alleged attack. She might have a short fuse, but she's never done anything like this before. This sounds like something that a husband would write when he's scared his wife is going to beat his ass if he don't get the charges dropped. It was not immediately clear if AEOR was still in detention or when she was scheduled to appear in court again. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. Do you think she gets drunk and beats her husband's ass on a regular? Or was this a situation where the alcohol and her emotions were mixed together? Either way, blink twice if you need help, buddy. Sexual relationships within Horry County. Horry County police lead to 5 resignations.
This stems from an internal investigation into allegations of extramarital sexual relationships. Now, that's according to a document obtained by ABC 15. The Office of Professional Standards found the 4 officers were in violation of department policy, citing conduct unbecoming. The Horry County Police Department says Sergeant Tori Lewis, Detective Don Kobethan, Investigator Kelsey Manamite, Lieutenant Misty Gore, and County spokesperson Michaela Moskov each resigned this week following the internal investigation. The county says it expects all officers to uphold the highest standards of professionalism and public trust.
It was just a few years ago the Laverne, Tennessee department had several officers boinking that married 3 Megan Hall. God, she looks like Stewie Griffin. Apparently, cops will sleep with anything that wants to sleep with them back. It could be worse, though. They could have been using their badges to traffic narcotics like those cops out of Mississippi. These are the fun-loving kind of cops, a group of swingers who just so happen to be police officers. Where's the beef? The discovery of multiple sexual relationships within the Horry County Police Department led to 5 resignations this week, according to a new report. By show of hands, how many of you think there's more than just those 5 people sleeping with each other? I mean, it's a sizable department, 455 men and women, and just a little bit under 400 sworn officers. Plenty of people to mingle with. 4 Horny County police officers, Sergeant Tori Lewis, Detective Don Coberton, Investigator Kelsey Manamate, and Lieutenant Misty Gore resigned Thursday, as well as the Director of Public Information, Michaela Moskoff. How the hell did you get the Director of Public Information involved in all this? She's supposed to give statements, not statements and ass as a result of an internal investigation. These are all veteran seniority positions, so I'm curious, were they all freaking off from the very beginning? The better question is this a culture that was introduced to them from day one? Or was there a lone cop that came from left field and said, hey, I'm just floating it out there, but we should all sleep together. And they said, hey, that's a great idea, Officer Dick Badge, and the rest was history. That's how legends are made. HCPD released the cover sheet for that investigation Friday, which states the HCPD Office of Professional Standards received a report on October 27th of a relationship between Manamate and Lewis. Who told? Someone that wasn't getting any action? According to the report, officials confirmed there was a sexual relationship between the two, although Manamate was married to another HCPD officer and special operations member, which created an unharmonious working event. Somebody's going to catch feelings. They're all nailing each other in such close quarters. Somebody's definitely going to catch an attitude. The report shows they also found that Lewis had been involved in a sexual relationship with Gore, another special operations member. Special operations, all right. And with Moskoff, despite both women being married, I'm pretty sure they all knew who was married and who wasn't married and didn't give a damn. It was bound to come crashing down at some point. That's too much. I gotta work with you. I gotta work with you, and I gotta sleep with you. I gotta work with you. I gotta sleep with you, and I might just have to take a bullet for you. Then I gotta go home and lie to my wife and pretend like she still turns me on. It's like a job within a job within a job. This relationship also happened despite Coberton being married to another HCPD officer and special operations member. The name is all over the place like bird droppings. The report details. The report states that the applicable HCPD policy in this case is conduct unbecoming. In a statement earlier in the day, HCPD said it holds its officers to the highest standards of professionalism. Do you? I mean, these are some of your high-ranking officers involved in this scandal. Multiple Freedom of Information Act requests have been submitted to Horny County to learn more about the resignations. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. You mean to tell me that I get to shoot people and bang other hot police officers at the same time? This is like out of a movie. Sign me up. Give you a shiny little badge. Just a whole building full of sloppy seconds. I mean, I get it. It's a high stress environment. You're putting your life on the line. Any call can go left at any time. And what's people's preferred method to release that type of tension? By having sex. Absolutely. You both reach for that last donut. It's like Lady and the Tramp. Fun show, fun show, fun show. The music for this episode is from Will B. Alexander. Get your music from Will B. Alexander. I'll leave the contact information down here at the bottom. If you're a producer and you would like to have your music featured on an episode of this podcast, reach out to me on any one of my socials. Don't forget to follow me on all my socials. Find me wherever you watch or listen to your favorite podcast. I am there. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I'll be sure to talk to you guys very, very soon. Jusqu'à la prochaine fois. Of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. You mean to tell me I get to shoot people and bang other hot police officers at the same time? That's like out of a movie. Sign me up. Give you a shiny little badge. Just a whole building full of sloppy seconds. I mean, I get it. It's a high stress environment. You're putting your life on the line. Any call can go left. And what's people's preferred method of relieving?